This is kind of a rant, but not exactly a rant. blunty3000 videos. I can see where he's coming from when he's ranting about, the brownie hate rant. I can understand all that, right? That he's ranting against the haters of brownies. But there's some things that I don't like about him. And there's some things I do like about him. First of all, I like the 80s Thundercats. The show that inspired them to make a remake and say, oh, this is better than the original. Well, not everybody is going to like the new Thundercats. There's going to be people who like the old shows, from the 80s. I got the real Ghostbusters Firehouse package, which you're not supposed to have in the UK, but they were selling them on eBay in the UK. And it was a eBay UK thing which I did actually get. Not exactly like the Steel Team, which were timeline thing. I was kind of shocked, mate, how they managed to fit in. But then I realised they DVDs, so they can do what the heck they want, And I thought Ghostbusters was amazing. From the 80s. Like, I like the 80s movies, Ghostbusters and Ghostbusters 2. I found Ghostbusters 2 more creepier and more scarier than the first. I don't know if it's just me or everything, but even to the point people said, it's an okay film, it's bad because it got the different... I thought it was pretty good for what they did. They changed the sign of the Ghostbuster logo, the one that everybody knows what they do. They didn't do that with the real Ghostbusters because they wanted to be based between the two films. Ghostbusters the movie and Ghostbusters the movie 2. Ghostbusters 1 being an adaptation to the cartoon, continuing into a cartoon series, and then having it continue into the movie and into another cartoon, which kind of lead me to believe that people don't realise. And did you know that there's a Filmation Ghostbusters before my time? I didn't even know there were Ghostbusters before Ghostbusters. And these ones, well, they're not quite as good as my version of what I think of Ghostbusters. This is my verdict on the take of 80s Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which were my favourite Turtles series. I'm not trying to call blunty3000 over, but one thing is enough. When you know to troll or say, oh, you do something on my video, and this guy is like, he's doing all these Lego designs, right? He's building and he's really creative. I've seen his video, I only saw a little clip of it, and I'm going to tell you, it's good what he's doing with it. And I got this to say, Blunty. If you think people are like that, you're not going to get many subscribers in the future. And if you keep saying that, people are going to hate on you even more. And not agree with your so-called rants that you do. For example, I got this phone can do many options. The reason I picked up a new phone, I'm going to get rid of my older model, which only has 1 gig, and then I have a 1.5 gig or 1.50 gig or something. Dude, calm the S down, okay? People out there who will buy stuff that, that people are like. I'm sure there are going to be people who say, the 80s Thundercats, the 90s Power Rangers, the 90s Sonic cartoons, and the games that came with it. Yeah, we all grew up with that. I mean, you're talking, for example, Lego 13 talks about, I bring it up in the thing why I call it just a review rather than a rant, but this is my verdict of a lot of games that really don't do a lot, in my opinion. Except when you bash a good game, you definitely know people aren't going to agree with everything. For example, to me, Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure 2 were both good games. Sonic Generations was good, Sonic Colors was good, Sonic Unleashed was good. And I think Black Knight was okay. Secret Rings, not so much. The controls were just still as clunky as they were in 2006 Sonic. But they're okay games. You know, I'm not going to judge Sonic the Hedgehog games just because I, think. But that's not the point. I mean, you're going to do, oh, nice, you're spamming my videos and this and that because their inventions came. Dude, calm your ass down. Look at the subscription box before you say anything and read the description box. And look at what people you think is bad for your reputation. Now, I do tend to have vapor cigarettes, and I do it on recording because, vapor lights, as they call the e-cigs. Now, I do that on my videos sometimes to show people this is the example of where people are like. Another thing, not everyone's going to agree with you because, like my videos now, I know people aren't going to always agree on my channel. They may even find me down more than they like my videos. I may even have to, I may even get hate comments, but it's just something I can't help. If you get hate comments, don't think of it as like someone trolling you, because there's a way around it. Maybe if they flag your video, that can be bad too, but I mean, you gotta look on the bright side. If they do flag your video, you can always make a new username and post more videos. Look at Copycat, for example. Everyone keeps saying, I agree. And that brings me up to the next rant. A little rant about the guy who screams and shouts and shows off and does bad things. And why I don't exactly agree with the guy. I'm not going to do all these acts, but I'm not going to do it just in these couple of videos today. So, you're going to have to wait a month or a week or whatnot, depending on if I get the camera out. Anyway, I just wanted to show you my stuff I had recently, and the best guys, I nostalgia critic. I really like the guy, for one reason. He said that Scrappy was annoying, and then people are saying like, oh, Snarf was annoying back in the 80s, but Snarf was what he was. He wasn't as annoying as Scrappy Cornelius Doo was, or Scrappy Doo if you want to call him that. And I agree, I mean, Scrappy was even twice as worse than Snarf. But that draws my attention to, why. You gotta remember that in the 80s of Thundercats, that they are trying to show you how they got their powers, how they got their clothes, and how they became superheroes. They don't show penises. They don't show nipples, woman's nipples or man's nipples, or penis or vagina in a kid's show because it's a bad example. But that's what they could get away with back in the 80s. Look, today's animation, today's cartoons, you can't get away with it. Look at the remake Thundercats and tell me they can't get away with it. And they can't. Years ago, you could get away with that in the cartoon. And basically, it was a good way of saying, this is the way they got their powers, and stuff like that. To be honest, I was more Thundercats person, not a He-Man person. but a Thundercats person. I'd preferred it over He-Man. I liked He-Man, but it wasn't as good. He-Man was kind of gay, as an Nostalgia Critic pointed out in the thing, and I agree with him. It's just, Adam is a type of character who, well, it's pronounced Ada, I think, in the Filmation one, but it's Adam who has this powerful sword, and he's like going up and saying, I got the power. Yeah, I'm sure that they copied that with Thundercats, but Thundercats had a way of doing it. It was different. In the 80s, you know, with the Thundercats, oh, yeah, you know, from the 80s. And he had a good catchy song. It was from the 80s. Thundercats are on the loose. Thundercats are, well, anyway. That was a catchy song. I know, excuse my singing, I'm sorry. I know you shouldn't really, I'm not really good at singing. I try my best, though. Yeah. Bad practice makes perfect, you see. So yeah, I'm going to show you my Thundercats box set. And here it is. Pretty sleek condition. Well, not exactly. It's been pretty banged up from all the years I've had it. But it's still a good box, considering how banged up it was since I first had this. I was so happy. And this is the amount of episodes you get on it. It's a complete series. Alright, so it's not a lot of series for the box set. Yeah, you can't complain about it. As I open up the box, I think there's supposed to be cards in here. I'm not going to show you the the DVDs, since that's not what I'm here for. This is what Lionel should look like. Now look at this and compare it to modern Lionel. That's what Lionel should look like. This is what characters should look like. You know, I liked this, and this was my childhood. So yeah, I mean, you know, you got Wily Kit and Wily Cat. I do like the new ones though. They kind of look more cuter than they did back in the 80s, but it's still cute though. You know, for classics. Chitara, oh my, that's the best Chitara ever. Not some teenager kid version. Oh, and this is my favourite Snarf of all Snarfs. This is my favourite version. This is the one I loved. It's a comic relief character. They even mentioned why he was... Oh well, I have to go. Enough of the blunty rant anyway. Well, it's not a rant, it's just my verdict of what I think of blunty, you know. I grew up with childhood. I liked it, and that's all I can say. I don't want to use up too much of my memory time, so let's get to another video, which I'm going to show. See you in the next video. Sayonara for now. Bye! Come here, you. Ah.